Hello friends, hello flight simmers, welcome back to the channel. And yeah, what shall I say? It has finally arrived, the A340-600. And what better way to start off our experience with the A340-600 than under the rainbow in Chicago O'Hare. Isn't that a special scene? That's just coincidence, really. I didn't plan for it. Just the yeah, real world weather actually that's generated here. But yeah, it has finally arrived, guys. I am thoroughly thrilled, like really thoroughly thrilled. It's a the A340-600 is one of my favorite aircrafts out there. I've previously mentioned that the A340-300 is kind of my all-time favorite aircraft, which is still true. But the A340-600 really close to it. And oh man, it's been so many years flying in P3D and then also Microsoft Flight Sim without any A340, and now we actually have a pretty good A340-300 from Builds, and now we finally have the A340-600 as well, this one from Aerosoft and Toliss. Yeah, super cool to have this aircraft. It's a fascinating aircraft, really. I feel like it's kind of underestimated in many ways. In the aviation community. It is, yeah, to be fair, it's not the most popular aircraft, right? So I think Lufthansa is the only, let's call it proper airline, still flying this aircraft type, and only left for a very short time. I think they're gonna phase out the aircraft type still within 2026. So it's really only a few months of flying left for at least real-world airline operations flying this thing. But of course, there's been many historical operators flying it as well. And the A340-600, I feel like it's very often underestimated in terms of size. And by the way, just look back there, another A340. Of course, VATSIM is packed now with Lufthansa A340-600, which is not a surprise. But yeah, I feel like it's so often underestimated in terms of its size. People regard it as an A340, and then they put it on the same level as, I don't know, like A330, maybe 777-200. But it's a huge aircraft. It is. If you look at the maximum takeoff weight, I mean, Lufthansa operated the sort of standard max takeoff weight, which is round about what was like 360 something tons. And there's a high takeoff weight variant of this aircraft as well, with takeoff weight of 380 tons. And if you look at it, it's so incredibly close to the 747-400, which is just like, I don't know, like 15 tons higher max takeoff weight. So it's an extremely big aircraft, and this is bigger. If at least if you look at max takeoff weight, that is bigger than the 777-300ER, which is a huge aircraft as well. So, I mean, it's gigantic, really, and yeah, it's capable of really long operations as well, right? But yeah, today, of course, flying Chicago back to Frankfurt, it's only it's not even close in any regard to maxing out the aircraft. Oh, look at this, another one going off. That is so cool. Yeah, and yeah, so it's a really cool aircraft. And I was a little bit skeptical initially when Aerosoft announced this aircraft, but they have done so in cooperation with Toliss, and Toliss, of course, had the A340-600 out for X-Plane for a while now. And I think I never used it because I never had X-Plane, but from what I've heard, it was a pretty good aircraft. And I think this one is really good. Only thing I did so far is exactly one quick little test round, but I was truly convinced that this is a very stable, very good aircraft. I like the EFB. It has a lot of system depth and lots of good stuff. We're gonna look at it in just a second. And yeah, it's a beautiful aircraft, guys. I don't know what you think. Some people hate it. I think some people view it just completely out of proportion, but I think it's so incredibly cool. I've been flying on this one in real world quite a few times actually, because Lufthansa had a pretty sizable fleet of those aircraft, and me living in Frankfurt, of course, that was quite natural to fly Lufthansa, and then also on this aircraft. And I still see it today from time to time when I look up in the skies. I see the A340-600 up there, so it's amazing. Kind of sad, really, to know that it's gonna leave the fleet so soon. But look at this, it's gigantic. It's truly gigantic. Yeah, so I think yeah, you might already feel that today's video might be a little bit longer than the other regular videos, but I think it's fair to take the time for this beauty of an aircraft. And yeah, where do we start? I think let's even take the time to walk through the cabin now, which is also pretty cool. Alright, so in here sounds are much louder, but before we do anything in here, or let's actually, we don't want to last too long later on, so let's just do a few flows, ground control, and I think these are off by default, so these need to come to auto and on. Then let's do it like this, non-smoking on. That should be all right, I believe. Right, cabin. I really like that they did model a pretty neat cabin. Also, of course, the Lufthansa cabin, which makes quite a lot of sense. Usually, I don't focus too much on cabin modeling, but I think on this aircraft it's only fair to do it because the layout is so cool. So here you have the 8 first class seats, which is pretty much the only reason Lufthansa still operates this aircraft type, because they at some time a few years ago they desperately were looking for some aircrafts to have a premium cabin, so a first class cabin. So that was one of the aircraft types that did have the first class, so that's why they kept it in the fleet. And then you have pretty large business class section, of course, as well, and then you just keep walking and walking and walking. I once, well, that was many years ago. Once I was actually, I had the chance to visit the Lufthansa technical hangar in Frankfurt, and there was a aircraft engineer, and he actually told us, that was super interesting, that the A340-600 is sort of the only aircraft out there where you can actually see during flight that the cabin, since it's so long, is tilting. It's like twisting a little bit, just like a tiny little bit, and you can actually see this with a bare eye during flight. I would be surprised if they have modeled this in the Aerosoft here, but super interesting little side fact. Yeah, so then keep walking. And then you get, there's still some business. I am not sure if this is 100% true that there's like no curtain or anything, no separation wall in here. That seems a little bit odd. And then you have small premium economy and then economy class section. And then what I want to get to, I mean, it's like 17 football fields long, this aircraft. It's insane. So then you have the staircase leading lower here. Which is quite a unique feature, I believe, from the A340-600. At least I'm not aware of any other aircraft type having this, that you have the lavatory down here. And then, so this is just passenger lavatory, and then back here you actually have the crew rest, if I'm not mistaken, but they have not modeled that, which is a little bit disappointing, but still kind of cool to see. So the reason why they have it down here is this aircraft has a enormous cargo capacity. Even larger than the 747, by the way. So yeah, quite interesting. But it's yeah, and then I think there's another economy class section back here. Yeah, huge aircraft. Now let's walk all the way back, and then we will sort of get started on actually prepping for the flight. And yeah, of course, Lufthansa did have some pretty cool operations with this aircraft as well. So I think another route which I really want to fly, actually one which I've been on the A340-600 in real world as well, is out of Bogota back to Frankfurt. I think this is pretty cool due to the high altitude operations. And yeah, I know for a fact that Lufthansa, when it operated A340-300 to Bogota, they had to leave empty around 50 seats due to max takeoff weight. That's why they had sometimes switched over to the A340-600, which was much more powerful in that regard. Alright, that was a lot of blabbering, sorry about that. Let's do some stuff. So as I've mentioned, it's only the second time ever I'm loading into this aircraft, so I'm not 100% familiar yet with all the flows, but in order to get it right, I think we need to do the flight init first. That's sort of one thing we need to do. Uplink. Okay, that should be alright. Then we go into SimBrief. Now, there's a neat little feature which I really enjoy. Set payload and fuel to SimBrief. Now the thing is, I don't know what you guys think about it. To be honest, for a long haul flight, I have never ever done sort of real world speed GSX refueling. Like I feel like I don't have the time to sit here 1 hour and wait for fuel loading to complete. So that's why I usually, or I like these days, I really appreciate these options to just click it and have the payload and fuel in there. It kills a little bit of immersion, but I think it would be just out of proportion to wait for the full refueling. Right, so I believe yeah, that's the active OFP already. So I believe we should now be set already. Let's have a look. So zero fuel weight 220. Yeah, of course, premium cabin. I think we only have like 290 something seats in this aircraft, which is not a lot for an aircraft of this size. But so zero fuel weight, there's a little bit of headroom. Takeoff weight, yeah, that's the standard version. Of course, we are far away from that. Trip fuel on a 7-hour, 33-minute flight, 57.9 tons. It's not even that bad, actually. Alternate is going to be Munich. No ETOPS, of course, flying 4 engines. And block fuel 71 tons, essentially, rounding it up. Yeah, we can briefly... 285 even, okay, so quite fully booked there after all. What else was I looking at? Weather, which is, I think tomorrow morning at Frankfurt is going to be quite fair weather, so that should be nice approach. Okay, there are no shortcuts here to get to the weather section. That's a little bit of a bummer. Chicago 108, 10 miles fuel 3,200, overcast 8,002 degrees, -6, so quite cold. 3018 doesn't say anything about rain, although it's raining a bit. But yeah, that's that. Right, weight and balance. Now let's see, fuel on board 70.7, so it should be loaded, right? 78. Yeah, I think that's what we have. That's what we have, right? Right in here, zero fuel weight 220. All good, I would say. Quick refuel, slow refuel. Okay, there's options here to do quick refuel. That's all right. Takeoff performance, of course, we're going to do later. We even have checklists, pretty cool as well. Config, ground service. I don't think we need to look into any of those right now. We have Navigraph Charts, which is kind of cool. But yeah, then let's continue down here. So we are on the current ARAC. That's of course a good thing. In it, here's the flight plan that's now all loaded in. Let's see, we have received an ACARS, pre-departure clearance. It gives us the routing. Does it say anything about the departure? Squawk 6512. Cleared Chicago 9 departure. Climb fast, sit, maintain 5,000. Expect 350. Expect runway 09 departure. So let's go departure 09, right. Come on. Yeah, no sit, I think that is the Chicago departure if I'm not mistaken. Departure free between Unicom. Yeah, but we have ground online, I believe. Jets maintain 250 knots until advised. Contact 121.9 are ready for taxi. Okay, then we will get there ready for taxi. Right. Then for the arrival into Frankfurt, now we should actually look at the weather once again. So now we have 300 at 5. Is that going to change tomorrow morning on the 15th? 260 at 8. No, that's still a landing. That is still a landing on 25, right? That's the A340-600. Yeah, I think they do land 25, right? Oh man. I should know this. I should really know this, but I'm not entirely sure right now. Let's be on the safe side, land 25 left then. And then we're gonna fly the IMCOM. Which is gonna be the IMCOM 1 Alpha, I believe. IMCOM Alpha. Oh, the click spots are out of line here. Transition on via Delta Fox 626. Right. Fuel is low. That is probably due to wind, I would expect. So let's request the wind. Yeah, that's not in there, so that should jump up. Yeah, it's already much higher. Nice. Okay. And then the second in is to 25. That is all looking correct. Alternate Munich 4.5. Is that correct? Oh no, I need to go all the way back up. Munich is 5.4. That goes in here to the alternate. Extra negative, is it true? Okay, now it might actually be. Let's leave it like that. Copy active. Right, so that's a fairly quick normal Airbus setup. That's pretty cool. Now this is actually very quick now, the setup, since we didn't do any GSX services here. Let's fire up the APU. There we go. Yeah, takeoff performance. Yeah, let's do takeoff performance and then we do all the rest. 09, alright, that's gonna be quite a bit of a taxi, to be honest. Intersect departure none, wind 110.3. Yeah, that's real world, I believe 21021. Yeah, we should be on 016 like this. Runway condition, now let's get wet. Anti-ice. Yeah, it's quite cold, it's drizzling. Engine at least. 2901 is correct. Takeoff thrust flex. Yeah, flex config. Auto. Also super interesting fact that for the A340-300 and A330, most operators always choose config 2 due to tail strike risk. Tail strike risk. The A340-600 actually they use 1+F quite often. It has I think it's actually due to having makes no sense. I'm to be honest, I'm not quite sure why it has less risk in that regard. Maybe it just generates a little bit more lift in the early phase of rotation or something, and then you are off the ground. Air conditioning, yeah, actually offers a good idea. Right, 1+F flex 70. Maxing out runway, of course, yeah, we paid for the whole runway, we use the whole runway. So that's 147, 168, 174, up 2.6, green dot 237, and what is it? R takeoff weight, rejected takeoff weight? Runway takeoff weight, maybe. Yeah, that's just the highest, so we're not limited. Okay, status okay, right. Now there's now two ways to do it. We can insert it, or you can go to takeoff data uplink, and then you need to enter everything, and then you can actually request it. But since we already have it calculated, now we might as well just enter it, which is 147, 68, 74. $174. Flaps 1 up to 6. And then for the flex temperature, that really caught me off guard on the first flight. Usually just enter the temperature. Here I need to enter flex 70. That took me a long time to figure that one out. But yeah, that's how we do it. Cool. All set so far. Beautiful. Then we need 1219 for taxi. It's going to be long taxi instruction as well. And now let's do close. That's all auto. APU. So this goes off. This looks good. Fuel pump's actually on. That surprises me for the default state, but okay. Then we got this one off. So then we actually use checklist. Cockpit preparation. Now that's hey, serious? That's a long checklist. Okay. Logi, do we actually receive the messages? I'm not sure. No, okay. Yeah, so Logi just check. Takeoff data is checked. MCU into config. I think that's about doing the full flow. Yeah. When APU rateable, external power off, APU bleed on, external power check off. Startup clearance, yeah, we are on Unicom for that. No wheel steering disconnect. Then we need to probably request pushback. I wonder, is it possible through here, or do we... Not sure if this has like a GSX integration already. No de-icing, although, to be fair, this is not... Ooh, there's Turkish... This is not far away from icing. At least another airline, another aircraft type, that's nice to see. That is nice to see. If he would be like few meters further ahead, then we can start pushing. Let's listen in what they're saying on the frequency.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Yeah, also there's a few bits and pieces missing. I don't think there's any cabin announcement, custom cabin announcement yet. Something which I really hope they will integrate in the future. Just gives so much more immersion to have this kind of stuff.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
We haven't set up our charts yet. That's something we can quickly do.
Locking gear.
So what's our... I mean, it's just normal Chicago departure, right? Expect rate of X to first en route navigate. Expect clearance to request altitude terminal of departure. 95,000, yes. Now let's see. The tail will be going to the right.
Release parking brakes, please.
But I can't quite do it. Or should we just do it? Can't hear anything on the frequency. Why is that? Yeah, let's start pushing. I'm not sure.
Ground, hello.
Yeah, let's go. But let's complete the checklist. Nose wheel steering disconnect. Yeah, that is there. Windows and doors are closed. Beacon. Thrust levers idle. Park and brake echo pressure. Yes, checked. Is that it? Yeah, looks good.
Correction, 9 are right at the full length. Victor 3, Victor, Echo Echo, Bravo, Tango Tango, Golf. Cross runway 4 left at Golf.
Right, now we will start up the Rolls-Royce engines.
There you go.
So, ignition start. Starting. Oops, sorry, I actually disregard. Meant to do 3 and 4. Absolutely fantastic. Beautiful modeling they have achieved here.
Please set parking brakes. Unlocking gear.
What's going on? GSX is braking our aircraft. Alright, they're waving already. Nice! 4 good engine starts. Starter back to normal. Then let's see, APU bleed off. Anti-ice, 1, 2, 3 and 4 on. APU master off. Boom. Take off RTO. Flap 1 plus F. Speed brake armed. Flag control. Full up. Trim is auto set. That's cool. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full right and full left. Neutral. Yeah, engine start, that's... Okay, starting 1 and 2. Ah, okay, when engine 2 and 3 over 10%, then master 1. Okay, I should have read it before. Okay. After start, engine start selector, normal, APU bleed off, ground spoilers, arm, rudder trim. Yeah, we haven't checked, but should be 0. Flaps 1 plus F, pitch trim. What's going on? Flaps are set, pitch trim is set, ecam status. Nothing on there. Engine anti-ice on, wing anti-ice off, APU master is off. Ecam door alt lights should be armed. I don't even think we can do it. No split steering disconnect is gone. And clear to disconnect is announced. Oh, these checklists are so extensive. I mean, this is not real world operating checklist, I believe. Alright. Then let's get the clearance. Who are we calling? O'Hare ground, very good day. Lufthansa 431 Bravo requesting taxi, please.
Lufthansa 431 Bravo, O'Hare ground, runway 9 right at the full length. Taxi via Victor 4, Victor Echo Echo Bravo, Bravo Tango Tango Golf, cross runway 4 left at Golf.
Alright, runway 9 right, full length via Victor 4, Victor Echo Echo Bravo, Tango Tango, Golf cross runway 04 left at Golf, Lufthansa 431 Bravo. Okay, no readback, so I think that was correct. Now, off we go. Victor 4, Victor, I think Victor 4 is just this one, yeah. Now, taxiing this aircraft is a bit of a special thing. Now I have, there's one thing I've not checked. How do I get the, how do I get the camera on here? That's the one thing I've not checked before. Only thing
Turkish 6 heavy monitor tower.
Only thing I know is this is a huge aircraft.
One of the towers for Turkish 6 heavy, thank you.
So we have to go a long way before we turn. I think around now. Yeah. I think that's alright. Look at this. Wow, that is huge. Oh, that was a pretty perfect turn there. Pretty perfect turn. I wonder how they managed to not set this one into the grass like every other day. It's so incredibly hard to taxi. Maybe getting a little bit fast. Now I quickly need to see how I bring up the taxi cam. Ah, there we go. Down there it is. Actually I had to Google it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Although the resolution is not so nice, but okay.
Lufthansa 431 Bravo, runway 9 right at Sierra Sierra, line up and wait.
Runway 09 right, line up and wait, Lufthansa 431 Bravo. Alright guys, getting there. Long taxi. Long taxi, but yeah, taxis very well now. Okay, the last bit was just essentially full length of runway 09 right. Just in a straight line. That was kind of easy. And we have clearance to line up and wait. Let's get the last one right as well, and then the lineup, of course. It's really hard to judge. Not too bad. Yeah, unfortunately the camera does not help a whole lot, to be fair. Does not help a whole lot. Ooh, I was a bit too hard on the brake. actually need a little bit of a thrust for the first time today. Come on, then.
Lufthansa 431 Bravo, turn left heading 070, runway 9 right, cleared for takeoff.
Left heading 070 and 09 right, cleared for takeoff, Lufthansa 431 Bravo. Alright, we are cleared for takeoff, quickly holding it here. Let's make sure everything is set. Runway heading 070. And let's see. APU. Please, PAX. Sorry. Getting confused. PAC 1 and PAC 2 off. Right. Off we go then. When are we supposed to turn? I don't know. Safe altitude, I assume. Chrono. Timer. Manflex 70. SAS runway auto thrust blue. Engine sound is even very subtle. Nice acceleration. 100 knots, but of course that's, I don't know, what is it, 100 tons shy of max takeoff weight. That's V1. Ooh, wing flex needs to be refined a little bit. Let's rotate. Let's go flying very careful on the rotation now, but we are airborne. Pulling a bit more, just above 10. Oh, good God, that was nice. That was nice. Heading 70. There was a nice flyby view there. And let's climb power. Yeah, it's super nice on the controls. Absolute charm.
Lufthansa 431 Bravo, you're leaving my airspace to the northeast. No further ATC available. Resume on navigation. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved for Lufthansa 431 Bravo. Thanks. Take care. Bye. Let's do it in just a second. So that's auto retraction, yeah, exactly. So flaps are coming up. We can clean up. Let's go autopilot just straight for the time being. Yeah, it's almost spot on Ibaki, so that's perfect. 122.8 is set. We continue the climb. I think 350. Oh, thanks. 350 is set. Pack 2. This goes off. This goes off. Spoilers. Right, and now just beaten through the weather. Flight plan direct. Oh, why isn't the Baki not on there? Barrow. I thought that was synced, but apparently it's not. Baki. Perfect. Severe icing detected. Engine start, selector ignition, wing anti-ice on. Much to see here. Right. This is incredibly good. Alright guys, I honestly have no idea how long it will take to get through the clouds, but that was fun. First departure in the A340-600. So cool, so cool. Already for the next A340 flight, let me know what you guys want to see. As I mentioned before, there's one flight which I kind of want to do. It's the from Bogota to Frankfurt. But of course, I also want to be flying some other airlines. Maybe Qatar, which also had the high crossweight variant. Iberia, also pretty cool. But let me know what's your kind of route suggestions which I should be looking at, and then I will try to make it happen. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Let's meet over in Frankfurt in about 7.5 hours. Take care. Alright folks, here we are, welcome, look at this, sunrise into Frankfurt with ATC. I cheated a little bit on the timing, to be honest, real world it's now evening time, so that's why full ATC is online, which is absolutely awesome. Yeah, we've made it so far, it's a absolutely beautiful aircraft. I'm quite sure you all enjoyed the cinematics mode during the cruise. Yeah, really fantastic. It flies well. Few little quirks, but nothing crazy. I even made use of the CPDLC, which worked fine. There's one little quirk, tail tank crossfeed on right now, but there's no fuel being transferred into the tail tank. Apart from that, it's quite cool to see how the aircraft is moving fuel around during cruise towards the tail tank, or actually just after, or during the climb out actually, to shift the center of gravity further back. It's quite fascinating to see, and it works really well. All the integrations, yeah, I don't know what's missing really. It's almost fully complete, I would say. Some PA announcements, some more immersion in that regard would be cool. Maybe a little bit better GSX integration. But that's just minor stuff, right? For an initial release without any update, this is really good. I did some landing calculations, so we expect 07 left or 07 right into Frankfurt. One thing I don't quite understand is why the landing distance required is...
Lufthansa 431 Bravo, descent level 70, speed 250.
Flight level 70 and speed 250, Lufthansa 431 Bravo.
Yeah,
one thing I don't understand is... See, so now I'm landing config... or let's go here, auto brake. Now on 2, if I go to high, for example, the landing distance required does not change, landing distance does change. So I don't fully understand what the landing distance required is supposed to tell me here, but maybe that's fully correct in here. It's just my understanding that's not grasping the concept. But anyhow, let's go auto brake 2. That should be good enough then.
I got a spin on November, inbound to
And
Rambob. Information Oscar descending 54110.
yeah, what else?
Banana 10 November, Langenalu identified.
There was some other stuff I was
130.
thinking about during the cruise, which I want to mention. Yeah, CPDLC I mentioned that works.
Lufthansa 884, contact
This
Langen
works,
127,
right?
925.
Destination ATIS.
127, 925.
So now we have information Oscar. So either get ILS Yankee 07 left or ILS 07 right.
135, can you expect 7 right?
Yeah, that's,
Condor 9
right. Are we diving into some clouds? Yes. So this is coming on. Seatbelts are on already.
Lufthansa 431 Bravo, continue on present heading.
Present heading, Lufthansa 431 Bravo.
Lufthansa Nana Romeo Kilo, turn left heading 100, clear ILS Yankee 07 left.
Left heading 100,
Let's see, we still don't know the runway yet. He will tell us in a minute, I
3310,
believe.
speed 220.
Speed 220, speed back 3200.
Condor 1 Charlie
Yeah, and I
Delta,
just
descent 4,000
can't
feet,
stop
QNH
looking at this
1022.
from the exterior. That's the wrong
Descending
one.
4000
Wait a
feet,
minute.
QNH 1022, Condor 1 Charlie Delta.
Ah, look at
Condor
this. Man.
935, expect 7 right. Expect
This
7
is
right,
so
Condor
perfect.
935.
It's such
Condor
a
1 Charlie Delta, speed 220.
fascinating
priority
aircraft.
on
It's
descent.
just so sad that it's retiring
Speed
from
220,
service
Condor 1
very
Charlie
soon.
Delta.
This 27 Romeo, descent.
I really like
correction,
the
expect 7
flight
right.
physics, like the way the aircraft is
Seven right,
moving, the wing is
200.
flexing. This all seems
Lufthansa
to be
431 Bravo, speed 220.
speed 220. Lufthansa 431 Bravo.
431 Bravo, turn right heading 190.
Alright, heading 190, Lufthansa 431 Bravo. Alright, 19, downwind. Let's see, 220, just above green spot, so that should be
The
nice.
Express 27 Romeo, descent 4000 feet,
Yeah, cleans
QNH
213.
1022.
4,000 feet, QNH 1022.
Really nice.
Lufthansa 431 Bravo, expect Lysian 07 left, descent 4,000, correction 5000 feet, QNH 1022.
Expect ILS Yankee 07 left and down to 5000, QNH 1022, Lufthansa 431 Bravo.
CSA 4 Echo, speed 220,
Alright,
expect ILS
landing
Yankee lights. 07 left.
So this is dialed in, and I
220
just need to insert the minimums. Which is 512.
Delta Foxtrot 149.
Log to jet 5 Papa Kilo, climb level 130. 5 Papa Golf, of course, climb level 130.
It's gonna be nice vectoring onto final now. Yeah, see these jumps? That's what's happening during cruise. That's what I want to mention. I'm not sure if that's like a sim bug or the aircraft bug or something, but I get these weird jumps all the time. But then the aircraft just recovers nicely, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, that's gonna be tight, man.
Condor 1 Charlie Delta, turn right heading 040, cleared ILS 7 right.
Right 040, cleared for the
How
07
far?
right, Condor 1 Charlie Delta.
Miles, okay.
Lufthansa 431 Bravo, speed 170 knots.
170 knots, so 431 Bravo. Yeah, that's
Lufthansa Nana Romeo Kilo, you missed the
Flaps one.
localizer, turn left heading 040 to intercept.
Flying 040, Lufthansa Nana Romeo Kilo, sorry.
Lufthansa 431 Bravo, expect crossing the localizer, turn left heading 040 to intercept.
Expect crossing and 040 to intercept Lufthansa 431 Bravo. Alright, big turn.
27 Romeo, speed 220.
Speed 220 with 27
That's some interesting vectoring here, but it's working out.
123010.
Then we need flaps 2.
Say the frequency again for 285 Papa Golf.
We're good in terms of glide slope.
123010,
Flaps 2 then.
CSA 4
Let's
Echo,
see.
descend 5000 feet, QNH 1022.
Descending 5000 feet on QNH 1022.
Super 3310,
That's close.
contact tower 118780.
Situation 187, thank you, base speed at 320.
Condor Nana Romeo Kilo, speed 170 knots, mit 5 Metern.
Contact Lufthansa Nana Romeo Kilo,
A firm, speed 170 knots, mit 5 Metern.
Speed 17 knots on the flight might final of 075
Beauty, another of
Super
these
Nana
jumps.
10 November, speed, correction descent level 70, speed 250.
Aha, even flap 3
Descent level
required
70,
now.
speed 250, speed with numbers in November.
Lufthansa Romeo Kilo, contact tower 118780.
Tower 1878 Lufthansa Nanometer production service job.
Lufthansa 5 November Lima, request for the car.
Lufthansa 25 Echo Lima, contact
Alright,
line
starting the flight
123010.
recorder.
123.010,
So that's
Lufthansa 5
running.
November Lima.
Swiss 27 Romeo, turn right heading 040, clear ILS 07 right.
Right heading 040, cleared ILS 7 right, Swiss 27 Romeo.
Let's see, what's our tower?
2554.
Should we want to do 1365? Not sure if that's
Tower
online.
2554, Langenhalu identified.
I don't think it is. Okay. Right.
Kanada 1 right at speed
Localizer.
180 knots, mit Hunter 6.
180 until 6, Kona 1 Charlie Delta.
Set up. We don't
Kanada 1
fly
right at actually 170 at
that
5.
often. Flap 3 now descending through
Charlie Delta.
6,500 feet.
Condor 935, descent 4000 feet, QNH 1022, speed 220.
Descent 4000 feet, QNH 1022, speed 220.
Localizer.
Super 910 November, speed 220, expect RS Yankee 7 left.
Speed 220 and expect RS Yankee 07 left, speed on 10 November.
CSA 4 Echo, turn left
So
heading
really
100,
hope one of
clear
these
RS
jumps
Yankee
doesn't hit
07
us
left.
on final approach or on landing actually. That would be very bad. So I hope it all stays
Super 910 November,
alright.
turn right heading 190.
Right heading 190, speed with numbers in November.
Confirm 190.
Okay, we can activate approach
Cleveland
phase.
190, speed with numbers in November.
Transavia 2 correction 2554, turn right heading 180.
star.
Right 180, Transavia 2554.
Lufthansa 2 is Echo Lima requesting higher flight level.
25 Echo Lima,
that.
1, correction 1, correction what? 25 Echo Lima, yeah, contact Langen, 123010.
1231010, danke fürs Zwischenshow.
Negative 010. Kona 1 Charlie Delta, contact tower 118780.
11878, Kona 1 Charlie Delta.
Swiss 27 Romeo, speed 170 knots, mit Hunter 5.
170 until 5, Swiss 27 Romeo.
Speedbird Nada 10 November,
Alright,
turn right
let's
heading 240, descent 5000 feet, QNH 1022.
Heading 240, descend 5,000 feet, QNH 1022, speed with numbers
Let's
in
go
November.
arm. Let's do those
Transavia
now, so we have
2554,
plenty of
expect
time to
ILS
focus
07
on
right.
everything else.
Expect ILS 07 right, Transavia 2554. And Transavia 2554, speed 220.
It's quite cold, not sure if engine
Speed
NTI
220,
should be
contact 254.
on, maybe it should
Lufthansa
actually.
3431 Bravo, contact tower 118780.
118780, Lufthansa 431 Bravo.
Lufthansa 2245, can you say me again, please?
Frequent reverse landing, confident on the anti-ice engine.
Send by text.
Tower, good evening, Lufthansa 431 Bravo on ILS Yankee 07 left.
Lufthansa 431 Bravo, hello. Speedbird 3310, taxi via Mike gate, hold short of 0.
Nice, I'm really hoping for a good one. First landing in the A340-600.
Speedbird 3310,
exciting.
cargo would like to request
I
the
did
cargo
one
gate,
test
please.
flight, as I mentioned in the beginning.
You can expect Fox
Landing turned out to be
232,
very bad.
taxi via
It's a
Mike gate, hold
long
short of
aircraft.
07.
I need to make sure to flare rather early, I feel, in comparison to other aircraft. So flaring around 20 feet is definitely too late, based on my first impression here. So let's try to flare
Mike 8,
around, I don't know, maybe 40
Thanks,
feet.
Speedbird 3200.
Frankfurt Tower House, Swiss Air 27 Romeo, August 7 right.
Swiss 27 right, hello.
Condor 1 Charlie Delta, wind 100 degrees, 7 knots, runway 07 right, clear to land.
07 clear to land, Condor 1 Charlie Delta.
Moonraker 416, contact Langen 136.130.
Langen 136,
I think the preceding aircraft should just be vacating. 500 coming up.
Lufthansa 9 Romeo Kilo, taxi via Papa November 11, hold short of November.
Taxi Papa November 11, hold
Bring
short
on the
of
gear.
November,
Oh, nice.
Lufthansa 2 Papa Lima, wind 100 degrees, 7 knots, runway 07 center, clear for takeoff.
Beautiful
Lufthansa 2
stuff.
Papa Lima, cleared for takeoff, runway 07 center, bye.
Lufthansa 492, heavy refresh, question start off with 64.
Lufthansa 492, push start,
Don't say
approve,
anything
face west.
regarding the speed, right? We should be good to, that's 5 miles now.
Shamrock 0896 requesting a revision new set for
Flips
runway 07 center.
Kevin.
Shamrock 0896, negative, you're cleared runway 18, Cindy 80.
Clear
Alright.
runway 18.
Definitely flying this with auto thrust on.
Shamrock 0896.
Lufthansa 431 Bravo, wind 070 degrees, 6 knots, runway 07 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, Lufthansa 431 Bravo. Nice.
Shamrock 0896, requesting
So,
start.
manual flight. Let's make a good one, guys.
0896, push and
Flying
start,
with auto
approve,
thrust.
straight back.
I don't want to push it too far for the first
Push
landing.
approved,
Or second landing
straight
technically, but
back.
first one
Shamrock
on video.
0896.
Lufthansa 2245, runway 18 is the other direction. Turn next left, and then left again onto November.
Yeah, so the roll is really, it's kind of slow. There's a bit of a lag to it, which I really like because you can kind of feel the weight of the aircraft. Look at Frankfurt City back there.
CSA Lens 4 Echo, hello.
Oh, I can't wait to see the replay of this.
Lufthansa Cargo 8188.
Feels like we are high, but we are on glide, on Poppies. I think it's just the
28,
flight
no problem.
deck itself being so
Lufthansa
high
2 Papa Lima,
above the ground.
contact Langen on 120.155.
Lufthansa 2 Papa Lima, contact Langen 120.155, bye.
First 27 Romeo, wind 07 degrees, 6 knots, runway 07 right, clear to land.
Yeah, still firm. Ooh,
7 right,
still firm.
clear to
Okay.
land with 27 Romeo.
Reverse.
Condor 1
Ooh,
Charlie Delta, taxi via Mike Tango, hold short of Tango 4.
Diesel.
Mike, Tango, hold short, Tango 4, Condor 1 Charlie Delta.
Yeah, so still there's
Lufthansa 9 Romeo Kilo, taxi
lots
Alpha
of room
11
to
via
practice.
November 5.
It's different to other aircrafts. I feel like it's really different. I don't know. When you're braking, add forward.
Okay, Lufthansa 84 Mike, line up runway 18.
It is really different.
Frankfurt Tower, gute Condor 935, ILS 07 right.
What was the touchdown rate? Oh, must be hard. 525, holy cow. That's not good.
Lufthansa 431 Bravo, taxi via Papa November 11, hold short of November.
Papa November 11 and hold short of November, Lufthansa 431 Bravo.
CSA 4 Echo, you're cleared to land runway 07 left, wind 07 degrees 6
What's
knots.
happening to my...
Oh,
wait a minute. Oh, what's... Why is that now not working anymore?
Lufthansa Cargo 8188, because the GSX is not working right, I can right now only push back straight if it's okay.
A little bit of a bug.
No problem. Speedbird 3310, cross runway 07 center, taxi
odd with the throttle.
left via Lima, hold short of November 11.
Okay, I think I need to kill 2 engines, otherwise I am gonna race around the track like a maniac here.
Condor 7 Mike Alpha, ready push and start, stand out for 24.
I don't think we need those anymore.
Condor 7 Mike
I'll
Alpha,
also save us some power.
push start approved area, correction, face west.
Face west, Condor 7 Mike Alpha.
Not really any time to do the clean
Tower
up.
speed numbers in November, RLS Yankee 07 left at 8.5 miles.
That's really strange. We did the setup earlier. I did it.
Cruise 27 Romeo,
throttle's
taxi via
idle.
Mike 8, hold short of 07 center.
Mike and Mike 8, hold short of 7 centers with 27.
Climb.
Lufthansa 8 for Mike, wind 070 degrees 6 knots,
This is
runway 18, clear for
MCT,
takeoff.
but I'm not sure if that's gonna fix it.
Takeoff is on 841 Mike. Condor 935, wind 070 degrees 6 knots, runway 07 correction 07 right, clear to land. 07 right, clear to land,
Okay.
Condor 935.
Right, sorry about that. I think.
Lufthansa 490, request taxi.
Brake, auto brake.
Lufthansa 492, taxi via November 8, hold short of Lima.
Oh, what did we kill the braking?
November 8
Oh,
will hold shortly in Lufthansa 490.
shit.
Edelweiss 26 Alpha, request pushback at engine start, gate Bravo 46.
Edelweiss 26 Alpha, push start approved, face west on November.
That's not good.
Ooh, face west on November, Edelweiss 26
Brakes
Alpha.
hot. Everything is going wrong.
Papa November 11, hold short of November.
Left November short, November 8, Lufthansa 431 Bravo.
Lufthansa Cargo 8188 is ready for taxi.
It's Cargo 8188.
Yeah, something's
right
overriding it.
November North,
It's not the throttle
November
setup as
14,
such.
hold short
It's
of
something's
Lima.
overriding it. Not sure what's happening there.
Right turn November North, November 14, hold short of Lima, Lufthansa Cargo 8188.
Condor 1 Charlie Delta, cross Tango 4, taxi stand Victor 115 via November East in November.
Cross Tango 4, taxi stand 115 via November East and November. Condor 1 Charlie Delta.
Lufthansa 431 Bravo, give way to an A340, November 8 from the left, then taxi stand Alpha 66 via November 8.
Give way to A340 from the left, and then stand Alpha 66 via November 8, Lufthansa 431 Bravo.
Lufthansa 490, holding November 8,
Lufthansa 492, sorry, continue holding point 07 center via Lima, Lima 17.
Lima 17, will hold short 07 center 490.
Lufthansa 2245, wind 070 degrees, 6 knots, runway 18, cleared for takeoff.
Test speed 2210, reach November 11.
Alright, see, the docking system is not working, but I think we should be good around here.
Lufthansa Cargo
Right.
8188, you're now at runway 18, just give you a reclearance.
Parking.
Be cleared for
Great.
runway 18, Ubuka 5 Sierra
APU is
departure.
available. Let's kill the engines.
Ubuka 5 Sierra
Need
departure
to
for
figure out my
Lufthansa
throttle
Cargo
config.
8188. But you said November North, November and
APU
hold short of Lima, and now
Let's,
I'm at Lima. Wenn ich jetzt weiter hier reinturnen würde, wäre ich eigentlich auf Lima.
The instruction war November 14, short of Lima.
Okay, let's
aber
go
macht ja
back
nichts.
to
Willst jetzt run?
this one. Frequency is really busy. Alright, so then what else? Fuel pumps, I believe, need to be switched off. After transfer, I don't know. Do I need to switch them off? No idea. No idea really. Right, then what else? Ground services, external powers, chocks, disarm slides, And then we can ask for deboarding, correct? Oh, I am here.
Deboarding requested.
Strange. Alright, then 2000 standby. What else? Now that was very messy. All the after landing flows. Did I forget anything? APU, then we can get rid of the APU, seat belts, beacons. I think this should be about it, right? Alright, here we are. Beautiful. Jetway's not working. Yeah, so I feel like GSX integration needs to be refined, but also my GSX was now a bit odd, so not sure if that's maybe GSX bug. But anyhow, yeah, we've made it to Frankfurt. You know what? Based on what happened on other aircrafts when I first flew them after release, I feel this was in comparison actually quite alright. Not many bugs, actually no bugs whatsoever during departure. Almost no issues during cruise. Landing was now a bit strange, but I think that's my thrust controls mainly messing it up, not the aircraft itself. So yeah, pretty solid release, I have to say. Props to Aerosoft and Toliss for this. I was really not a fan of Aerosoft before. The previous aircrafts were really not that great after all, but of course Toliss is now bringing a whole different level of quality to the Aerosoft lineup, and that's really appreciated. Alright guys, so as mentioned in the beginning, let me know what kind of flights you want to see with this aircraft. Maybe some Qatar flying the high crossweight variant, maybe some South African, or there are so many airlines which we could fly. But let me know what you want to see, which route specifically maybe, and then we can make it happen. I definitely want to fly this aircraft more often, even though it's leaving service pretty soon. But yeah, we need to fly this one. It's a really cool aircraft, and it's a huge aircraft as well, and it's fun to fly. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.